Hey guys, what is up? Pixels here, and in today's video we are doing a Baal counter build for David on Evil Dead the game. So with David's active ability being able to throw down a light source during objectives, I think that makes him a real solid choice as support for going against Baal to keep your teammates and your fear levels down, which is really awesome. So let's go through the build. So the first thing we're going to do is just max out Shems Plus. You should be doing this on every support character, by the way. It does give it a little bit extra percentage healing for your teammates, as well as pretty much restoring you to full health every time you drink a cola, so it's very nice. And of course with David's other ability where you drink a cola, you get the 20% damage reduction there, and you get a 30-second effect duration. I think that works great against Baal as well, mainly because Baal can really have like quite high damage output with his units, so I think that works out great as well. So then we're just going to come over here, we're going to put 1 point into Awful Dodger, and then we're going to put 3 points into Seeing Stars. So that's it for that top track there. We're not going to look at headshot damage, Tougher Than Hell, or Devastating Force, or anything like that. That's all we're going to do for David. You could argue why you're not doing Balance Bar or anything. I don't have this guy Prestige for extra Prestige points or anything like that. That will be, later on down the line when I get those extra points, I will actually start, buffing up this guy's damage a little bit. But for now, I feel like, just having the extra Balance Bar damage, Awful Dodger, and the extra Shems Plus in the top track here is more than enough, especially the Balance Bar damage, just to spam finishes and special moves, just to, get those iframes so that way I don't take any damage. I think it works fine. Like I said, you're playing melee, you're playing support, so melee doesn't really matter that much. We're going to come down here, we're just going to do long life batteries. The extra 15% battery life can come in handy sometimes, don't underestimate this perk. It can actually do some decent stuff. The next one, we're just going to put 3 points into Fear No Evil. Of course, we're playing against a Baal, and this goes against pretty much, every demon in the game, especially Elagos as well. It can work well against Elagos. So, just reducing that to 20% there is really good too. We're going to come down here. We're going to put 1 point into First Aid. We're going to max out Deep Pocket Shems so we can carry the maximum amount of Shems as well. And we're going to start the match with 2 extra Shems Colas. And then we're going to buff up Industrial Strength. So again, just buffing up Industrial Strength combined with Shems Plus, you're going to get a lot of healing for yourself there as well, which is nice. And then we're just going to look at some extra perks here. So I feel around with some actual revive perks, because I feel like, David, he can't really sustain healing that well to keep people alive that much. Mainly because, of course, he has the damage reduction, but there's people who like to tank a lot of damage and stuff. So I decided to do some revive perks, which I think works nice. So obviously combined with First Aid, you get a little bit health restored for your teammates there when you revive them. So what I did here was I maxed out fear reduction for yourself. So mainly, when you're picking someone up, you will get a 50% fear reduction off your fear threshold, which I think is great. And most David players, when they are getting a revive, they will throw their active ability out as well. So it kind of combines well nicely there. So the fear level will drain with the active ability, and then once you get the revive, you'll get them up with you'll get the courage in numbers there, which will give it 50% fear reduction, which is really nice. And then for the last point, what we do is Brave Survivor. So when you revive a teammate from bleeding out, their fear level will not increase for a limited time. So I did test this out, and I thought it worked out great, honestly. Not seeing anyone's fear level go up for 10 seconds, which I thought was really awesome. Unfortunately, there isn't a perk when you do revive someone that brings their fear level down. I was really hoping that that was going to be a case when I designed this build, because I couldn't really remember the revive perks in this game. Unfortunately, they only have ones where you recover a percentage of health, or your teammate recovers a percentage of health. But the only one for fear is obviously blocking their fear increase delay, which kind of sucks, because when you do revive people, their fear bar will stay the same as when they went down, so they'll have max fear still. However, like I said, David players, when they get a revive, they like to throw the active ability down on the character they're trying to get the revive on. And that way, when they do get up, obviously their fear level will drain a little bit too, which is kind of nice. It's not a perfect build, obviously. I just think it works out great at going against Baal, and it does work against other demons as well. I did test it for quite a few hours on my stream the other day, and I thought it worked fantastic. But the next thing we're going to do is just obviously talk about the pink fuck upgrade. So with the pink fuck upgrades, the first thing I like to go for is fear, just maxing out my fear reduction straight away. I think that's always a priority now. I think fear perks and everything like that is starting to become quite more important in this game, especially because Baal exists. But other demons as well, like Elagos or the Power Possessed, when you get attacked off those, Obviously, you can put your fear level up. The likes of necromancers, skeletons, if they have the perks on, obviously they can increase your fear like per skeleton around you as well. So it does kind of counter those a little bit as well. So just making sure you max out your fear first on David here. And then obviously I go from fear to stamina. Obviously, you just want to get those 3 dodges combined with the 1 point and awful dodger there. And then I like to buff up my melee. Obviously, we don't have a lot of melee in our build here, but with the pink fuck upgrades, it can help out greatly just to do some special finishes or anything like that. And then we like to buff up range because you're playing David. If you do find a nail gun, that's awesome. The nail gun will work decent, but any ranged weapon on this guy definitely helps him out because the way I like to play David, not so much going close quarters combat, but, you know, shooting from a distance as well. I also think he's a decent support character against Plaguebringer as well, especially with the nail gun mastery, because the nail gun can just totally shred that cauldron as well, so that's really handy thing to have. And then obviously we go for health after doing melee and ranged. And then I like to buff up my shield last, obviously. I don't really like to buff up shield that much on characters. As you can tell throughout my build, I don't like to do that, but I think that's totally fine. For weapons for this guy, like I said, using the ranged, you know, using something like a nail gun's fine. A revolver, a shotgun, anything like that will work fine on this dude. And obviously for melee, anything that's balance but orientated or a lumberjack axe I think works great. You know, being able to just spam finishes a lot easier. Whatever weapon that you use will be great for this guy, honestly. I surprised myself, to be honest, when I was playing this guy against Baal, and I actually got quite big healing numbers and, you know, getting the revives, and it really helped out, honestly. I didn't think it was going to help out that much, you know, being like, oh well, it's kind of revive based to get around Baal, but at the end of the day, I think Baal is one of those demons that majority of players who play against him, that, you know, at least one character will probably go down throughout the entire game, especially if they're against like an experienced Baal player, because, you know, it's so easy to get caught out, and, you know, not everyone sticks together. There's a lot of factors to take into account there. But you will see against, you know, Baal, and the way Baal is designed, he's definitely designed to at least get downs in the game. So having perks around the revive, I think, definitely helps improve that against Baal with his fear, obviously, because his fear is just crazy. Anyways, this has been my David build for countering Baal on Evil Dead the game. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys test it out and enjoy it for yourselves. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think of the build as well. Subscribe if you are new to the channel for more Evil Dead content, and I've been Pixels, you my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.